It's a wonderful day in the homiehood, a wonderful day for a homie. Won't you be my homie to Taro? So if you're unfamiliar, there is a what is essentially a MAGA movement uh kind of re-emerging here in Canada. It's this kind of new, I guess you could call it a youth movement that has happened and there's a couple kids running around. They've even come to visit Peterborough to quote unquote protest drag story time, and they wear these goofy hats that are made in the same factory as the MAGA hats, a la Donald Trump. And instead of saying "Make America Great Again," they say "Save Canada." So just to give you, I guess, a close up of the hat here, this is black and white, but they are red. Please rest assured, they are the exact ugly color of red that MAGA hats are. And they are going for this colonizer white supremacist aesthetic. This kid, along with a couple of his friends, I suppose, they're only like young kids. They're still in high school, which is why this Save Canada boy, Josh Alexander, apparently he is a biological male, but we've been unable to confirm. Um, he is getting arrested outside of his former Catholic school. So he has been suspended. I believe he's been, people are saying expelled, some people are saying suspended indefinitely. He was told that if he ever comes back to school, that there will be an arrest out for him, because it would be considered trespassing. He's not longer welcome at his school. So here he is, Josh Alexander, official, saying that he has just been arrested and charged at his Catholic school for attending class after being excluded for indicating his intent to adhere to his religious beliefs. And that is obviously just one side of the story. We don't exactly know what went down. I mean, this is high school drama essentially, but my understanding is that he was taking a very strong religious stance against having gender neutral washrooms at his Catholic high school. So I want to just say I don't know what school this is, but I think it's super based that the high school stood by their students, their trans students, and said, "Hey, this is a space where students should be allowed to use the washroom, and if you're trans, then you should be allowed to use the washroom that you want to use." It's wild to me, because one thing that happens here in Canada is like after having gendered washrooms for like your entire school existence, you go to university and you live in the dorms, and like suddenly, oh, there's no gendered washrooms there. You just can share a washroom with everyone. You mean everyone can use the same toilet? What kind of crazy world is this that we're living in, where people of all genders can use the same toilet, and it flushes, and when you flush it, it goes to the same place? That is just, it's just mind-boggling. It hurts the brains of conservatives and MAGA North chuds like Josh Alexander here. So this is something that's getting a bunch of attention, not in the mainstream news, go figure, because nobody wants to platform this kind of stupidity. So this is Post Millennial. I'm pretty sure it's a far right site. Um, because, like, let's just take a moment and acknowledge, okay, yeah, okay, so here we go. Help us fight for you. We take on corrupt politicians, the far left, and the corrupt corporate media. Okay, so it would be great if they were taking on corrupt corporate media and corrupt politicians, but the real reveal here, the real indicator that they are idiots, is that they're virtue signaling that they're fighting the far left, which would probably include someone like myself. This is their top headline. Other breaking news includes Trudeau censoring Trudeau is bad, everything. You can just tell by the vibes. Okay, here's Tucker Carlson and Trudeau in blackface. They don't believe in the safe supply of drugs in Canada. They don't believe in trans people's right to exist. A lot of, we're going to see like anti-trans propaganda on this site. So basically everything you would expect if you've been following any of this culture war kind of garbage. So this student is not allowed to attend his Catholic school for the remainder of the year because he expressed the belief that God created only two sexes, with the school arguing that his presence would be detrimental to the physical and mental well-being of transgender students. Oh, it's Illis Cardigan. Thank you so much. It's Andy No's site. Okay, so if you're not unaware, Andy No, I'm pretty sure, is a far right American person who is known for being transphobic and having horrible takes. Again, I don't follow this stuff too closely because I often think that it's a culture war, waste of time. But when it feeds into Canada like this, I like to take a gander. So I mean, this, we know this idea that God, first of all, I hate to break it to you, but God isn't real. And by extension, he cannot hurt you by saying things that trans people exist. So the fact that it's not a fact that only two sexes exist. This just goes against science. And honestly, they need to be teaching these kids about science. So this 16-year-old kid, St. Joseph's Catholic High School in Renfrew, Ontario, organized a protest in support of the right of female students to have single-sex washrooms after two girls had confided in him that they were uncomfortable sharing spaces with trans-identified male students. So there's a difference. They're purposely misgendering here to create controversy. I guess, what is this person doing on CTV News?
Grade 11 student Josh Alexander.
Real talk. Why is CTV News covering this? And again, this is something that's on Rumble. It's not on YouTube. It's not embedded in this site through normal means, but it's Rumble. So again, another indicator that this is like far right news.
Grade 11 student Josh Alexander says he organized the protest.
As a young man, I feel an obligation to take action against something like that. I know there's a lot of misinformation posted online that
there's a lot of misinformation, of which he has become like completely surrounded by and engulfed in on all sides.
This wasn't the anti-trans rally. That's not the case. We just simply want male students removed from female washrooms.
So, okay, just like he's like, this is not anti-trans. And then he goes on to like misidentify trans students. So it's like, if you're not going to take the time to learn like what trans is, but you're also going to organize a rally against trans people's right to identify and exist and go pee pee and poo poo, then like, I'm pretty sure we can safely say that this is an anti-trans rally. And okay, it's nice to see that there was counter protesters.
Transgender grade 11 student Emma Smith was biologically born a male and says she has faced backlash over her bathroom usage and feels unsafe at St. Joseph's.
There are gender-neutral washrooms, which I have to use, but when they're in use, I just have to wait, which sucks. People should be able to use what washroom they want to use without fear of being hurt.
In a statement, the Renfrew County
yeah, it's a toilet.
Catholic District School Board said it is important to note that St. Joseph's High School has had no part in the planning of this demonstration. We want to make it clear that the Renfrew County Catholic District School Board strongly condemns transphobia and all forms of hate. Grade 11 student.
It's nice to see the Catholic School Board, of all things, coming out with a statement like this, and saying that they're not a part of this. And not only that, but this person has been suspended, told that they're not welcome back on campus and that they will get arrested, and they did. So we're seeing this take place on get some traction on some other far right sites. I guess Life site, I've never heard of this site before, but it gives you super creepy vibes as soon as you click the homepage. here saying that Canadian pro-lifers lament reported abortion death of 38-week-old baby in Montreal. I refuse to read this. I'm sure there was a legitimate reason for this 38-week-old baby to.
Got to try and take it easy till I get back to normal.
Oh hi. So again, another far right site, super creepy. I hate the vibes of this site design. You can see, you know, more info here, more Trudeau hating, more liberal hating, more conservative praising. You know, we kind of just like know what we can expect from this. There's DeSantis praising down here, who is like an American Republican fascist. They're questioning the Pope's legitimacy here, probably because he came out in favor of like LGBTQ rights, or at least gay rights in like some African countries. So, you know, really weird. Oh, and then there's one more site here, I guess, that is like paywall blocked. Imagine like trying to read about this story and being like, you know what, I'm gonna give them $5 a month, but no, we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna look at this here. Another far right site. Oh my god, it's 2 paragraphs. So they paywalled this. They paywalled this site. Imagine paying the $5 to unlock this and realizing that it's only 2 paragraphs. I would definitely be like, yo, I need my money back. So again, this is just like complete BS. Kudos to the Catholic School Board, who is standing by their trans students. I would hope that we are at a point in society where we can say, hey, boys and girls and non-binary folks, trans folks, they can all use the same toilet. It's crazy, I know, but the way that toilets work, they don't discriminate. So why is it that we have these social constructs that discriminate? You know, and it's not just a problem for the Catholic School Board or the public school board. It's a problem that is pervasive. You know, even at places like Trent University here in Peterborough, they've been fighting for gender neutral washrooms. And it's just crazy because all of us, in the comfort of our own homes, we all have toilets, and they are gender neutral toilets. I don't know why that we cannot extend this idea outside of our home and just have toilets that everyone can do their business in. It's just a matter of humans existing. We all eat food, we all drink water, and after that food and water runs through our bodies, it needs to go somewhere. So let's make sure that all people, all Canadians, are able to expel the excrement that is created within their own bodies.